Hey everyone, my name is Gamefruitpulp and welcome back to another Minecraft Building Toronto video. In this video, we'll be looking at our recently completed block at the northwest end of our current building perimeter. This block isn't the most notable on the map, but has some very interesting developments that will happen in the future, so I thought it was a good one to do a quick showcase on. If you enjoyed today's video, be sure to leave a like. The block that we'll be looking at today is bound by John Street in the west, Richmond Street in the north, Duncan Street in the east, and Nelson Street in the south. The buildings on this block were done by a combination of three different builders. ZY Chen or United Valeria, who is no longer working with the team, but has done several notable builds throughout the map in their years with the project. Star, who everyone knows and who built the majority of this block, including all of the interiors and the low-rise buildings at the west end of the block. And me. I built the outdoor club area called Rendezvous. One of the reasons that I actually decided to showcase this block is because of the area that I was tasked with building. This was a strange area to build because it's a parking lot that has been converted into an area for nightlife with a few food trucks, a sitting area, a beach volleyball court, and a big screen to watch events. There's a ton of color in the build, which challenged me to build in a way that incorporated those colors of the real world build, while making sure it also didn't look like I was just placing random colored blocks in random places. I think that it turned out pretty well, and captured the overall aura of the location the best that I could. However, the weirdness that is this build is not the reason that I thought it would be worth doing a video on. It's actually the future of what's going to happen at this property that made me want to do a video on this block. This area is going to be turned into a city park in the future, and the City of Toronto is currently seeking feedback on the potential options for the park. This provides residents of Toronto with a unique opportunity to help shape the city in a way that they will like. The City of Toronto is currently holding a survey that is open to residents of Toronto to give their feedback on the 5 different map proposals. This survey only runs until October 29th, so there are only a few days left to give your thoughts on the potential options if you live in Toronto. I figured it would be cool to take a look at the different options and give my thoughts on them. All of the renders that are shown here will be from the survey, which is linked in the description of the video. Before we start looking at the potential park designs, which I'll be ranking based on my opinion, it's important for me to say that I do not want my opinion to change yours. I think that all 5 options would be great additions to the city, and if you decide to do the survey, you should vote for the one you like the best, even if it's different than the one I like the best. I'm not trying to turn this into another Minecraft mob vote fiasco, so whatever one you like the best is the one you should vote for, and they're all going to be great, whichever one they choose to add. My least favorite park design proposal is Electric Forest by Public City Architecture, Suk Yi Lin, and Sean Carson Kinsella. This proposal brings an interesting neon design that takes inspiration from the importance of the history of the pine and cedar trees and their importance to this land and its people from indigenous teachings. While I don't dislike the actual look and design of the park, the reason I'm ranking it 5th was that the park is very flat. The other options utilize elevation changes either in terrain or in decorations that bring an added level of depth to the proposal. This proposal's added decorations blend into the trees that will be planted, and for several years, those neon trees will tower over the real trees that will be planted. For those reasons, I had this proposal ranked the lowest. The park proposal I ranked 4th is called Wawatesi, which means firefly in the Assiniboine language. Designed by West 8 Urban Design and Landscape Architecture, HCMA Architecture and Design, the Native Art Department International, and Minokamic Collective. The main feature of this park is called the Balcony, which is an elevated platform from which viewers of the park can watch and perform. The balcony's underbelly will include a number of canvases for projected art and ongoing curation by the Native Art Department International. This proposal is ranked 4th by me because, other than the balcony, there is little that this park offers with limited seating and limited reason to stick around in the park. The park proposal that I ranked 3rd is called Nukomis, which translates to my grandmother in Anishinaabe. Designed by DTAH Architects, Paul Raff Studio, and Trophic Design. This park features an interesting structural form in the center of the proposal, which looks like a small hill that could be used for sitting alone or in a group. I think that this design feature looks great and would be a great addition to the area, but the overall lack of green space in this proposal compared to the others is why I ultimately ranked it right in the middle at number 3 of 5. I had a difficult time choosing which proposal I liked more between the first and second choice, but ultimately decided that in a built-up city like Toronto, maximizing green space is important. As a result, the proposal that I ranked as second best was River Park by O2 Planning and Design and OLIN Studio, Omar Gandhi Architects, Michelle De Bruyne, Reimagined Gathering, and Tiffany Shaw. This park has a ton of things to like. It has a unique design with the park centered around a river-like piece flowing through the middle of the park. The proposal also has a large amphitheater that would be used for hosting community events. And the design is definitely the type of unique thinking that we need when trying to maximize the city's public spaces. But ultimately, I decided that I liked the final proposal a bit more because of the larger amount of green space. That being said, I'll be very happy if this design is the one that ends up getting chosen. My favorite choice for the park proposals at 229 Richmond Street West is One Sky Park by PMA Landscape Architects in SLA, Gow Hastings Architects, Nedcon Studio, Tamaro Art/Design, Ridge Road Training and Consulting. This park has a bit of everything that I was looking for when thinking about what a park in the heart of downtown Toronto would need. A ton of green space, a change in elevation that is attractive to the eye while also providing visitors with a place to sit or enjoy the park, and lastly, a really cool, thought-invoking art piece that would be appealing both during the day and at night. I think that this park would be a great addition to this block. As I mentioned earlier, you only have a few days to look at the different proposals and vote for your favorite, so be sure to check the link in the description for where to vote if you live within Toronto. Moving back into our version of this block, we can see why this park redesign is so important. Looking at the west end of the block, we see a number of low-rise buildings that are there now but won't be forever. The black building located at the southwest part of this corner is vacant and has been for a few years as the area waits for a new 40-story multi-use condominium tower to be approved. The building is proposed to contain 459 residential units and 1,273 square meters of retail space. With that additional 700 to 1,000 people living in this area in the years to come, we can see why it's important to add great park space. That is going to be pretty much it for this video. As I mentioned at the start, there isn't really much happening with this block on our version of the map, but we may be forced to revisit it in a year or two when it looks completely different. If you're new to the channel and enjoyed the video, be sure to hit that subscribe button. And if you want to catch up on previous Building Toronto videos, you can check my channel page for a playlist of all the videos dating back to our very first building on the project. If you're a returning viewer, be sure to leave a like and share the channel with your friends so that we can continue to grow our community. Thank you all for taking the time to watch the video. I hope that you enjoyed it. If you're looking for more ways to support the channel, you can check the description of the video for a link to my Linktree page. Thanks everyone for watching. My name is Gamefruitpulp, and this has been a Minecraft Building Toronto video. Have a good one.